price that I've seen here in Georgia, $5.19 a gallon for diesel. This is continuously rising, continuously going up. And I wanted to bring something to you in case you guys weren't aware. That is that we are in the middle of the next crisis. I hope this video isn't distracting because the lights look kind of weird in my camera, but we are pretty much approaching the next major panic crisis, and it is going to be circulating around the diesel, and not just the price, but the availability. There is a high likelihood that there is going to be a shortage of diesel fuel available, particularly on the East Coast. And with that being said, the shortage of a diesel availability is going to mean that the diesel that is available is going to cost more. So there are some things you can do to prepare yourself for this, and I hope everybody is paying attention and is doing all they can to make sure that they are prepared before things get really, really bad. The reason why things are going to get bad, or potentially could get bad, is because America runs on diesel. Even those who drive gasoline.
That's right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect enduring, all right, in these last days. I say shalom. Hey, and he's right. All right, we're about to experience a fuel crisis, all right, that's about to lead into chaos, man, all right, into these shelves and these stores being empty. And we can't stress this enough, man. This is why the spirit is on brothers to keep pushing these videos, updating, okay, the elect, all right. And this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for your destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. All right, and this is going to break the staff of bread in Babylon. This is going to cause a heavy impact in Babylon the Great. All right, because Babylon is relying on diesel fuel. All right, and there's a diesel fuel shortage on the East Coast. Ultimately, there's going to be a diesel fuel shortage on the West Coast as well, because they're going to start requesting the fuel from the West Coast, which is going to take out the fuel from the West Coast, man. All right, and this is going to cause a domino effect. All right, as we know that this is going to affect the airplane industry as well. All right, I'm gonna play a couple clips in this video. You know, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. You know, I got a couple precepts, a couple clips I want to play, and maybe an article all through the spirit. I'm gonna get back to the video.
Vehicles, the gasoline that gets delivered to the gas stations are delivered by diesel trucks, tractor trailers. All of our food is delivered pretty much by tractor trailers that run on diesel fuel. Not to mention that we are shipping a large amount of diesel fuel. U.S. is shipping a large amount of diesel fuel to Europe to bail them out because they're running low on diesel. So this is going to be a compounding problem pretty much starting now, and you know, the future is very uncertain. Now, with that being said, deliveries, not just the fuel, not just the food, but a lot of things that we need, that we kind of take for granted on a daily basis, is delivered by diesel-powered tractor trailers. So what you guys are going to want to do is make sure that you're placing orders early and not waiting, and then being surprised that you can't get what you want, not because it's not available, but because it can't be delivered, or the delivery costs are so high because diesel fuel is driving up transportation costs that it kind of makes it unrealistic for you to buy or order what you need. Additionally, we don't want to run and have a grocery store run. You know, we've had bank runs in the past where people fear the availability of their funds in the bank, so they make bank runs to withdraw the money. Well, we don't want to see that occur at the grocery stores with like a food run. So get what you can early. Prepare now, stock up now, before everyone else starts running to the store, before there are actually shortages, before the trucks can't deliver the food because diesel prices are so high. That's a truck backing up behind me, making all that noise if y'all hear it. And then also, if you can, stock up on some diesel and just have it available. Now, you're going to want to be careful with that because it's only going to be good for so long. So depending on how much you get or how long you need to store it, you may need some form of stabilizer for the fuel so it doesn't go bad in the interim. But just do all you can to prepare. I got these guys right here. These guys right here, they're loading up. This is a landscape crew, and they're filling up their equipment with diesel fuel. There's a diesel truck right here, 2500 HT Duramax. They're filling up. And now these guys in particular, their equipment runs on diesel. So you're not going to want to have your business suffer and sacrifice your livelihood, your ability to earn an income to go buy the food and buy the things you need because you can't go to work and get the job done. So do all you can to prepare before this next big news event that we're all wondering what it's going to be. This could be a part of it. This could be a part of the big news event as this crisis unfolds with diesel supply shortages and as a result seeing an increase in diesel prices going up with reports that diesel could hit $10 a gallon before the end of the year, and that would be a huge blow to our economy and our livelihood and our safety. No lie, honestly. I think if diesel was $10 a gallon, there would be some craziness going on. I don't want to say the R word, but I could see it happening. If diesel hit $10 a gallon.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You know, he mentioned that if it hits $10 or more, you know, it's gonna be real chaotic. You know, a lot of people are gonna lose their livelihood. All right, a lot of people are gonna, you know, experience things that they never experienced in Babylon the Great. All right, and we're gonna witness these things. All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra. Shalakia. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right? And the Lord is bringing destruction and death to Babylon the Great. All right? Via famine. All right? Via these diesel shortages. All right? He's about to bring more and more plagues upon Babylon. All right? And that's the spirit that we see in this, man. We seeing these things come to pass. All right? Satan is just trying to hinder this word, man. It took me about an hour to, you know, try to prepare this lesson because I tried to do a screen record on my phone and it just kept recording the background noises. I didn't know the microphone was on. I was trying to multitask. So I tried to do it on my laptop, and here it is. My laptop is working perfectly fine all the time. All right, but now that I want to bring a lesson out, you know, now the computer won't you know, move the way it's supposed to, and that's Satan, man. You know, Satan hates the word, man. But through the spirit, you know, it's nothing he can do. We still gonna bring this word out, all right? And then, you know, I'm clicking on it, and it just won't work, all right? But Satan can't hinder this word, man. All right? We're going to keep, you know, pushing forward.
This is Dabu 7. We are now being told that Americans should expect food and diesel shortages for the foreseeable future. And when you're talking about food, you're tying in there the baby formula situation, which has hit a peak now. And when you look at the global wheat prices, they have risen by more than 40% since the beginning of this year alone. And in terms of the gas hitting highs, hitting records in many areas. We have not even hit the peak travel season. And they're saying in all these sectors, you should expect all of this to continue. Are people going to be able to afford this and make it through this? Well, the Biden administration has made sure that there's enough baby formula for all the migrants that are illegally crossing the border, coming in, and being caught and released, and many of them being given cell phones. But for the millions of ordinary Americans out there that are trying to get the baby formula, it's a crisis situation. We've seen stories over social media of young couples traveling across their city, going to store for hours on end, not being able to find anything. So it's not just that they're putting signs up saying that you can only have one or two per person. Many people just not finding anything in terms of the formula in their areas. Now, some other areas are not even affected, but don't get it twisted. To sit around and see all these people dealing with this madness in other towns and cities, you'd be a fool to sit here and take no heed to it, because it's going to catch up everywhere. And in due time, we're going to have armed guards and security at our grocery stores, if it hasn't already started in many places, and at the food delivery trucks. When they're delivering this food, it's being brought in almost like it's gold or money being brought into a bank.
And that's the spirit that he just said that, all right? Because you're going to have people doing a lot of robberies, all right? A lot of people going in these stores, you know, trying to, you know, stuff steak in their pockets, all right? It's gonna be a wicked day, man, for a lot of these people, all right? This is 2 Esdras 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's going to cause a lot of people to just start committing robberies, man. They're going to be breaking in, okay, these houses, including these storehouses, all right, and people's homes, man, all right, for a lack of bread, all right. And ultimately the grocery store is going to bring in rationing, all right, and rationing just goes into them making things less limited. And they did that around the pandemic, where they only let you get one item, all right, depending on what you were looking for, all right. Revelation 6 and verse 6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou heard not the wine and the oil. And that's how it's going to be. You're going to have to get a particular measure, all right, of what you particularly looking for. They're not going to give you everything you need, all right. You're going to have to get little by little, all right. You know, let's say you want to get some spaghetti sauce. They may just let you get 1 pack, and that's all right. And this is another video. Just play a quick clip.
Across the country for weeks, the pain at the pump. We're already paying more to fill up our tanks, but it's not just gas prices causing a concern. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for your news at 10. I'm Morgan Francis. A supply shortage is affecting everything from groceries to building supplies and anything else that we buy. Queen City News reporter Maureen Wirtz joins us now live in West Charlotte, where the truck drivers are really worried about the diesel shortage that's happening along the coast.
Morgan, so I am standing on the trucking side of this Loves here in West Charlotte. Now, some of us might not pay attention to diesel prices or even take a drive back here to see just how many trucks pass in and out, but what happens here impacts us all. It doesn't matter what day or what time. It's always busy at this truck stop in West Charlotte.
I've been driving since 2017.
It's actually my first week out on the road, actually.
Omar Edwards started his trucking company last year. He says diesel has gotten so expensive that he's had to lay off drivers.
I'm heading over to Atlanta to actually pick up one of my drivers. We're going to be team driving right now. That are some of the ways that we're trying to fight the diesel prices to increase more revenue.
But it's not just paying for diesel, but getting it. While the price of diesel is hitting record highs, supplies are hitting record lows.
When a guy gave me that news, when I checked on the eye, it went up to 580 something, almost 590 something. So it's almost approaching $6.
All along the East Coast, there's a diesel shortage, according to industry experts. There's a handful of reasons why, including refinery closures during COVID and Europe needing more diesel from the U.S. because of Russian oil bans, according to a report
about to
from
make a
Bloomberg,
big
leaving some drivers
impact
to worry about
in
rationing
Babylon
and
the Great.
increasing prices.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If it continues like this, well, I have to park my truck.
Love's is monitoring the situation, according to a statement on their website. But these drivers say if they can't...
You know, people are already considering quitting because it's pointless to really be out there driving when the prices of gas are so high. You know, you pretty much seeing, you know, your check, really you really working for free, ultimately. You know, and that's how a lot of people that are doing these rideshare drivings like Uber Eats, which I do Uber Eats, you know, and I'll be straight up. Sometimes, you know, you don't really make too much, man. All right. And this is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And that's about to be heavy right now in Babylon. A lot of these jobs are about to be eliminated due to these increases. All right. A lot of people are being fired. All right. There was a lot of people fired from this company called Carvana. All right. They laid off in one place. They laid off a lot of people, man. They fired 2,500 people. All right. Some via Zoom. All right. It says Carvana fires 2,500 workers, some via Zoom. It was so disrespectful. And this is going to be a crisis, man. And look at the number, all right? It plummeted 6.6%, all right? And that's spiritual, man. It says, or 18% to $30 on Wednesday. The company's stock tumbled 87% since the start of the year amid its slowing growth and spike in vehicle prices. And these car companies are pretty much making it hard to lend people cars. I went to a dealership about a month ago, just looking at a car, and it was on a Saturday, and they were not busy at all. And the salesman, he told me, he said, you know, it's really slow right now. You know, he's like, man, you know, we having trouble selling these cars. And that's the spirit, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, he's causing all of these judgments in Babylon, man. All right. The mirth is ceased, man. These people don't get it. Babylon's not going to be repaired, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is nigh. He's near. All right. And it says here, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and the time draweth near. Go ye not near, go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of war and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, which is happening right now, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there from heaven. All right, which was just a sign. Yesterday we had a blood moon. All right, we seeing these earthquakes in diverse places all throughout the last 2 years, man. It's been way more. All right, new pestilences. You got children, which I did want to bring out. You got newborn babies are dying. All right. You got the formula situation. All right. You got the monkeypox, which is erupting. You got the situation with the birds. All right. With the bird flu. More and more these things, all right, are happening. All right. And mainly to Esau, Edom. And this is the spirit, because Scotland is a place where there's mainly Edomites. All right. It says, fresh probe into spike in newborn baby deaths. All right. So there's more babies that are dying. All right. right? And that's probably the only article I can find right now. All right, but that's the spirit, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming soon, and we know through the prophecies that are playing out. All right, so you know, I just want to push out some of that information, because these are some videos with a lot of information. You know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shalom.